Hey guys, this is EcksToo. Hello and welcome to another Star Wars video. So, Squadrons releases in under a week, this Friday. I'm excited, everyone over here at EcksToo is excited, and hopefully you guys are as well. However, with the game, again, less than a week away, I thought now would be a good time to talk about how you should pick up Star Wars Squadrons, and as the title suggests, the cheapest way that you can get your hands on the game. With that being said, we're covering a lot of information today, so if you want to just skip straight to the cheap way to play Star Wars Squadrons, I'll include a timestamp on the screen. I also want to note that we're still finalizing our schedule for Star Wars Squadrons upon release. I'm hoping that I'll get the game early and then I can actually stream some of it for you guys before the actual release date. I've got nothing I can say about that now, but if that is possible and we can get the game early, what kind of videos would you guys like to see before release? I'd obviously do some streams, but for video content, would you guys be interested in a look at cosmetics, maybe some mission playthroughs, anything and everything that you guys would like to see down in the comments, please. With that being said, let's talk about the ways you guys can pick up Star Wars Squadrons on Friday. So as of right now, Squadrons is getting three sort of distinct releases. There's a PC version, there's an Xbox version, Xbox One specifically, and there's a PlayStation 4 version. It is worth noting that Star Wars Squadrons will be backwards compatible with the Xbox One Series X, or whatever the new Xbox is called, and the PlayStation 5. And as far as we know, that means if you purchase the game for the current gen systems, they should be available, I believe, for free on the next generation. When it comes to PC, Squadrons will be getting a release through several different game distributors, including Origin, Steam, and Epic. So when deciding whether to buy on a console or on PC, and specifically which distributor when considering PC, there are a few questions and considerations that you need to think through before making your decision. The good thing is, you don't really need to worry about what your friends will be playing on because Star Wars Squadrons will have crossplay. You can even make parties with people on different systems. So if you're playing on PC, you can play with your buddy on PlayStation 4, no problem. The real difficulty, however, with that is you'll need to find a way to communicate, whether through Discord or Vent or a phone call or whatever else. There's also the fact that Squadrons does not have cross progression. What that means is that if you start on PC and move over to PS4, you will not be able to continue with your character. That's even true if you move from Steam to Origin or Epic. So when you choose a place where you're going to play, you better be happy with staying there. For a lot of people, the decision will be pretty easy. Maybe they only have a PC or a console. Go with what you do have. However, if there is a choice to make, you do need to know the benefits and disadvantages of each option. If all things are equal, I will always choose to purchase on PC just because you can do so much more on a PC. It's more easily integrated with other systems. For me, that means Discord for talking with my friends and OBS so I can record the gameplay. Plus, the game will probably look better on a high-range PC. PCs also have a lot more options when it comes to VR headsets. And really, pretty much any on the market that actually work with your computer should be just fine. I plan to use my Oculus Quest version 1, and I think it'll work quite well. One thing I will say is I've seen a couple of comments, one specifically on the last video that mentions that certain stores may not be supporting Squadrons in VR. I think that that's probably not the case. EA has said that it will work with every single platform, so I wouldn't worry about that, but if you are unsure, go with the platform that you've used in the past. For me, that would be Steam. I've used VR programs on Steam before, and it's what I'm more comfortable with. PC also has more control options. When it comes to PlayStation and Xbox, you're limited to specific types of HOTASes. HOTAS being hands-on throttle and stick, basically a method to control the game. There are a lot more HOTAS types on PC. There are just way more brands available. It seems to me that HOTAS controllers are actually better on PC just from build quality, at least based on what I've seen. And there's also the fact that HOTAS support will be coming in a day one patch for Xbox and PlayStation 4, and there's always a chance that that goes awry. PC will also have other exclusive control methods, including HOSIS, which is a double stick controller, and you'll be able to use auxiliary programs like Voice Attack. So if it comes to PC or consoles, personally I would choose PC, but make sure you've got the specs specs to run the game well. If you're deciding between Xbox or PlayStation 4, to be honest, I would choose the PS4, at least if I had a PSVR, which is the VR setup for the PlayStation. Xbox doesn't have a VR set of its own, so that's one advantage for PlayStation owners. However, if you don't care about that aspect of the game, just go with the system of your choosing. I prefer the controller of the Xbox One, so VR notwithstanding of the consoles, that one would be my choice. Plus, all my friends use Xbox, so I would play there with the integrated party system. Anyway, let's talk purchase options, and one thing we need to discuss is pre-order bonuses. And Star Wars Squadrons does have some bonuses which may either be exclusive or first to those who pre-order. We have, for example, skins from the recent Star Wars Squadrons short CG film. It's unclear whether these will be coming only to people who pre-order or whether they can be unlocked by regular users, but if you're pretty set on getting the game, you might as well chuck a pre-order in there. Personally, if you're on the fence, I think it's always better to wait for reviews because, games are unreliable. But there's also the thing that I've been teasing at the beginning of this video. There's one way to play Star Wars Squadrons which is unquestionably cheaper than any other, and that is EA Play, or what was formerly known as EA Access. It's confusing. Basically, we're talking about EA's version of Xbox Game Pass. It's sort of a subscription service which gives you access to a bunch of EA games, and to be honest, without being too much of a shill, I think that it's an extremely consumer-friendly program. That being said, you always should keep in mind that I do work with EA. Sometimes I'm a game changer and I've got EA access for free, so maybe you want to talk to your friends and figure out whether they think it's a good investment. Either way, the facts here are pretty clear. Aside from anything else in the EA Play vault, Access gives you 10 hours of free gameplay for most newly released EA published games, and that does include Star Wars Squadrons. So if you're an EA Play member, then you get to play Star Wars Squadrons for 10 hours. Now, this isn't a demo. This isn't 10 hours of the first level or 10 hours of just single player. You unlock the complete game for 10 hours of gameplay time. There's usually free EA Play trials available somewhere, so check out for that. Basically, you can get 7 days of EA Play, including 10 hours of Squadrons. So if you really wanted to, you could most likely play through the entire single player completely for free. What's more, EA Play is also available for free with Xbox's Game Pass Ultimate. Now, that's more expensive. I think it's about $25 compared to EA Play, which is like $5 a month. But of course, it has all of the Xbox stuff included as well. The interesting thing about EA Play is that you can play it not only on Origin, but also Steam, alongside of course the Xbox and PlayStation. There is also a second level of EA Play, and that's EA Play Pro, and that gives you full access to pretty much every EA game. Right now, however, it's only on Origin, so you can't play it on Steam. I think it's about $15. I actually can't check in Canada because I do have it. However, if you guys want to let me know down in the comments how much it costs, that would be appreciated. That being said, for that price, you do get the full game. You get to play all of Star Wars Squadrons for as long as you want, alongside pretty much every other EA game released. So under the right circumstances, this can be a very, very good deal if you play a lot of EA games, or if you don't intend to play Star Wars Squadrons for more than a few months. I would certainly suggest that you guys check it out. There is, however, a major downside to this method. This is a subscription service. It's like watching a movie on Netflix. So if your EA Pro subscription lapses, you no longer will have access to Star Wars Squadrons. It's not like you're actually buying the game. You're essentially just playing it out of the library that they allow you to use. So I think this method works really well for people who are going to play other EA games a lot anyway and can justify the cost, or those who are going to just play through single player. But if you're going to just play through single player, then it might be worth just trying to get a free 1-week pass for EA Access and play the free 10-hour demo. Or get Xbox Game Pass or EA Play, the basic version or whatever else. It really depends on your guys' needs and what you have available, because remember, EA Play Pro is is only available on Origin, so if you've got an Xbox or a PlayStation 5, well, you're kind of out of luck. This video, I should say too, was not sponsored by EA. I didn't get paid anything to share this information. I honestly just thought it'd be a good way to get a lot of you into Squadrons for cheaper than you might otherwise be able to. But that's all I've got for you guys today. Let me know though, I'm kind of curious. Do you guys currently purchase regularly any sort of video game subscriptions, whether Xbox Game Pass or something else, even Humble Bundle? Let me know all of that and more down in the comment section, and also whether you would consider trying something like Game Pass, or do you prefer to actually own the games that you played? Personally, I'm not huge into ownership of things, especially when it comes to digital games, but I understand why a lot of people are, and why some people just don't touch this sort of purchasing system. But again, looking forward to hearing what you guys think. Until next time, guys, this has been Eckhart's Letter. Be safe, have fun, and may the Force be with you.